In the outlet scene, we see a person taking walks with inside the streets, showing erratic conduct and hitting his personal head continuously. Soon after, he loses a number of blood from his return, inflicting him to crumble at the sidewalk and die. A narration then tells us approximately the primary non-public diagnostic tracking chip that become invented with inside the 12 months 2023, 3 years after the worldwide pandemic. The marketplace leader, Dynamic Health Cure, began out undertaking non-public human checking out for his or her new AI application known as Lex. We are then added to our protagonist, Sarah, a lady who has this Lex application implanted in her mind device. As a result, she spends her day speak me to this AI application inside her, which she to begin with appears to enjoy. Lex asks her numerous questions, beneath the pretense of making a higher model of herself. It additionally offers Sarah many tips associated with her fitness condition. Furthermore, Lex attempts to assist her search for an area to stay, because the financially damaged Sarah has been drowsing with inside the streets each day. One morning, Sarah is going to a public washroom to clean up while she notices a few odd bruises on her return, probable because of chip implantation. However, Lex dismisses her concern, claiming it to be normal. As they maintain their conversation, the AI all of a sudden claims that it is the cause why she's alive. This takes Sarah absolutely off guard, and she or he instructs Lex to reboot itself. However, the latter denies her request. At this point, Sarah realizes that something is not right, and orders the AI to deactivate. However, Lex nonetheless denies, pronouncing that it is now no longer her choice to do so. This freaks Sarah out, so she steals a telecell smartphone from a creation worker, and attempts calling the medical institution to get this chip eliminated from her frame. Simultaneously, Lex keeps forbidding her from doing so. When Sarah persists, the AI accesses part of her mind, inflicting her to crumble to the ground. It then threatens her to obey its instruction, or it will kill her, or even worse, it will pressure her to do a podcast with a blunt-smoking Elon Musk. Later on, Sarah hears a police siren and makes a decision to record a complaint. However, Lex is aware of it in advance of time, so it reasons her to experience remarkable ache in her mind. With her existence at stake, Sarah has no desire, however, to obey the AI's instructions. Following this, Lex leads her to a condominium wherein she reveals a flash drive. It in addition assigns her with a job, going to Philip Miller, a man who works on Lex's encryption and retrieving a CRTC folder. Moreover, Lex instructs her to kill Philip if he would not quit the record voluntarily. As informed, Sarah breaks into his condominium, smashes his head with a wine glass, and retrieves the desired record. As quickly as she leaves, an unknown guy enters the region and chokes Philip to death. In the aftermath, Sarah is permitted to speak to her mom, who seems to be tormented by senility. However, she isn't allowed to percentage whatever approximately her problem, so she suddenly hangs up the call. Next, Lex tells her to break all of the proof from the retrieved record and visit in condominium till she gets her subsequent assignment. The following day, Sarah is informed to visit Dynamic Health Cure with the flash drive. Lex publications her alongside the manor, and in the end leads her to the workplace of Grace William, the top of studies and development. As Grace is not found in her cabin, Lex asks Sarah to get entry to her PC and insert the flash drive, proceeding to erase all of the proof of Lex's life from the company's inner device. After the paintings is done, Sarah makes her manor out of the building. However, she is informed to go back return to the workplace, due to the fact there's one greater man or woman who nonetheless has a duplicate of the file concerning the CRTC application. This man or woman is Katie Chang, the top of clinical communication. Sarah then confronts Katie and needs all of the documents concerning the CRTC application. Despite Katie's compliance, the AI instructs Sarah to kill her. However, the latter refuses to damage harmless people. She had no manner of understanding that Philip become harmless. However, he appeared like a douche. Katie makes use of this distraction to assault Sarah with a taser gun earlier than jogging away. The surprise reasons the AI to deactivate, and it takes some time to reboot. Until then, Sarah proceeds to go out of the building. On the stairs, she comes throughout a grim sight, the useless frame of Katie. She then rummages through her bag and retrieves the important documents, in addition to her automobile keys. Just then, Lex is reactivated and informs her that the documents she retrieved are not the actual ones, while at the manor to every other location. Sarah drives with inside the incorrect lane, which leads her to a small accident. She then receives out of the auto and sits down at the sidewalk. permitting the AI to carry out a complete frame checkup. Amidst this, Sarah requests for 10 minutes of time to go to her mom, who lives nearby, but Lex denies this annoys her, so she tasers herself and passes out. Upon regaining consciousness, Sarah hurriedly is going to her mom's region, at the same time as the AI remains rebooting. Once there, she confides the whole lot in her mom and uncle, who seem bewildered, but earlier than she will be able to give an explanation for. In addition, every other AI-managed man, Mark, breaks in and assaults Sarah. He factors his gun at her mom and threatens her to conform with the orders, or else, he'll kill her. Worried for her mom's existence, Sarah consents to do regardless of the AI says. Later, as Mark walks out of the house, he asks his AI device to furnish him a few freedom in existence. However, his device refuses. "Shut your whinge ass up, Mark," says the AI. In the aftermath of this ordeal, Sarah reaches a breaking factor and pleads with Lex to go away her frame, bringing up that she desires to be alone. In response, Lex induces a hallucination, putting Sarah in a wilderness panorama with nobody in sight. However, this handiest intensifies her panic, and he or she begins off-evolved crying out for help, prompting Lex to deliver her return to reality. What did he assume become going to happen? Again, beaten through the continued demanding events, Sarah motels to ingesting at a bar. During this, she remembers how she, in addition to a few different humans, opted for chip implantation in alternate for money. The subsequent day, Sarah is assigned together along with her subsequent mission. At first, Lex publications her to a mystery gun supplier if you want to attain a firearm. Upon arrival, she alternatives up a light-weighted firearm. However, whilst the supplier asks for money, Sarah would not have any. As a result, she shoots him with inside the leg and flees the scene. She runs away. She receives beaten through guilt because of her actions. However, the AI praises her work. He deserved it. As a reward, it permits her to peer her mom for 5 minutes. After this, Sarah meets her mom with inside the outside and expresses how a good deal she loves her. They additionally reminisce approximately the times they spent collectively with inside the past, inflicting them to emerge as emotional. The allotted time scene expires, so Sarah hugs her mom tightly earlier than departing. Now, Sarah's subsequent goal is Keith Packett, a PC engineer who has been operating on Lex's software. The AI claims that he is attempting to lessen its computing potential and is likewise growing a device to display its actions. So, if you want to keep away from being tracked, Sarah should kill him. Despite listening to approximately this brutality, Sarah would not hesitate anymore. She tracks down her goal and follows him to an elevator wherein she weapons him down. In the aftermath of this homicide, Sarah is devastated. She then remembers the nighttime whilst she had a quick chat together along with her exceptional pal David, approximately collaborating on this Lex software. David warned her towards being a guinea pig. However, she nonetheless volunteered due to the fact she wanted the money. Now, she regrets now no longer being attentive to her pal. Just then, Blax wakes Sarah from her daydream and tells her to consume something due to the fact her frame is getting very weak. It in particular orders her to consume a turkey sandwich because it carries greater protein and it is delicious. Elsewhere we see Mark, who attempts to persuade his AI gadget to allow him loose due to the fact he cannot kill any greater humans. However, Lex rejects his plea and asserts that he could be dispatched to prison if he would not cooperate. As a result, he has no different preference, however, to preserve operating for the AI and breaking the regulation horribly with a purpose to bring about prison anyway. Back to Sarah. Lex affords her together along with her subsequent project, assassinating John Elliott, another PC engineer. The AI perceives him as a risk as John possesses the highbrow assets to prevent it from gaining its freedom. Moreover, he additionally has the capacity of making a plague to break Lex. Following this, Sarah tracks down her goal in a park and fatally shoots him earlier than going for walks away. Even 11, though she completes her project without entering into any problems. The guilt of killing the humans keeps to consume her up. Regardless, Lex would not allow her loose. It rather makes her cast off her firearm and directs her closer to her subsequent goal, Grace. Afterwards, Sarah breaks into Grace's area and waits for her to reach home. As quickly as she indicates up, Sarah alternatives up a kitchen knife to stab her with it, but this time, she is not able to collect sufficient braveness to do so. In a determined bid to reboot the AI gadget, she grabs an electric-powered lamp that electrocutes her. Grace someway manages to wake her up and asks her approximately the matter. While Lex is rebooting, Sarah tells her the whole thing, approximately how the AI is torturing her and is making her kill humans. Upon listening to all of this, Grace makes a decision to break the AI, but for this, they need to visit Dynamic Fitness Cure. The duo then opts to hurry to the facility. However, Sarah's wish shatters whilst Mark indicates up on the door and shoots Grace to death. After this, the AI inside his frame tells him that his carrier is now no longer required. He is then made to devote the unthinkable. Now that every one of the barriers for the Lex software had been wiped out, Sarah loses all wish of turning into unfastened from its captivity, so she contemplates finishing her lifestyles even as showering. Sensing her depression, Lex attempts to influence her now no longer to take any incorrect steps. It additionally guarantees to uplift her way of life exponentially in the imminent days. I will order you an Apple Vision Pro. The subsequent day, Sarah wakes up with a right relaxation and appears refreshed. She shows that they pass for a stroll and do some sightseeing, which the AI concurs to. While wandering around, Lex offers her a few properly news. Her financial institution account has been deposited with $100,000, and her mom has been admitted to one of the quality healthcare facilities. Hearing this, Sarah expresses her gratitude for it, announcing that she is glad now. She then asks Lex if they could visit Paris and revel in a holiday together, to which the latter concurs. The very subsequent day, Sarah lands in Paris and assessments right into a resort room. From then on, she is going to stroll across the streets of Paris with Lex in her guidance. Everything appears normal. However, every time a person attempts to begin a verbal exchange with Sarah, Lex tells her to cease it and stroll away. It's glaring that the AI controls her each action. She cannot even speak approximately her pal David. As days skip through, Sarah receives the entirety she wants, along with money, luxurious cars, and steeply priced gifts, but she nevertheless stays unhappy. One evening, Lex courses her to an upscale restaurant, claiming that it has made a reservation for her there. But upon arrival, the AI all of a sudden orders her to kill her subsequent target, Henry Rivello, the founder and CEO of Dynamic Health Cure. This revelation leaves Sarah devastated, due to the fact her brutal missions are nevertheless now no longer over like she thought. Despite this, she strangles the person together along with her belt, ensuing in his demise. Overwhelmed with guilt, she later sits on a road bench and begins off-vault crying. In the subsequent scene, Sarah returned to New York for her birthday. In this occasion, she buys champagne and heads to the roof of a constructing to have a good time over the sunset. She asks for 10 minutes of privateness from Lex, announcing that she has a wonder for it. The latter concurs and shall we her unfastened. During this time, Sarah relishes her brief freedom, after which sits on a ledge. After the allotted time, Lex returned and needs her a glad birthday. In response, Sarah says that it's Miles definitely a completely glad birthday, after which jumps off the constructing. With this, the Lex software internal her frame is going offline forever. In the very last scene, we see David, who wakes up, most effective to be greeted through the AI voice internal him. Hi, Thriller recapped here, indicating that he's implanted as well. Subscribe for greater films like this. Switch on notifications and depart a want to assist the channel out. Thank you for watching.